Hi, and welcome. I'm Cynthia, founder of What You Seek Is Within. Today, I'm going to talk about energy, why we need it, and how we can get more of it. So, we are mindful mamas with spirited kids, and we need all the energy that we can get. Our kids can be exhausting. I totally get it. The last thing you need is a lack of energy when you're struggling to keep your calm when your child's having a meltdown. Super important that you are full of energy so that you can utilize it to keep yourself calm and collected and hold that space for your child. So now that you understand why we need it, and I'm sure you already did, but I just wanted to talk about it. Let's talk about the difference between just being tired. You went to bed really late the night before, you got up super early this morning. That's a valid reason for being exhausted, right? But what about things like adrenal fatigue and neurological fatigue? So I'm someone who struggles with both of those, adrenal fatigue and neurological fatigue. Neurological fatigue tends to happen to me when there's a new toxin that's made its way into my life. I am super sensitive to chemicals. I have an allergy to yellow dye number 5, petroleum products. So anytime a new toxin comes into my world, I tend to get super exhausted. Like I've got the flu, I can't stand up to shower exhausted. So there's a little bit different, a big difference between neurological fatigue and adrenal fatigue. So the neurological fatigue is I can't even stand up to shower. Adrenal fatigue is, man, I fell asleep, I'm falling asleep at my desk, or on my way to work this morning, I was super exhausted and nodding off, but I got lots of rest. So I want to give you some tips, or the tips that I utilize to help keep my energy up throughout the day, because this is something that I struggle with, and it's something that I know how to fix, but because we know how to do something doesn't mean we always do it. So here are the key ways to keep your energy up. So one is getting up before 6 a.m. Now I know that sounds like, oh my gosh, really? How is that going to help me? That's only going to make me more tired. But honestly, I studied a lot of Ayurveda, and the 6 a.m. time is when you start going from the Vata dosha to the Kapha dosha. And you don't need to worry about all that. All you need to know is that the Vata dosha, which is between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m., is the time of energy, lots of movement. The Kapha dosha between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. is the very heavy, kind of lazy time. So you want to get up before 6 a.m. so that your body is in the right mode when you wake up. That's the first thing. The second thing is I do some meditation and journaling right after I wake up. First thing I do. I don't even get out of bed. I just grab my journal, start writing down my gratitude list, what I accomplished yesterday, what I'm going to accomplish today. And then I do a short meditation. And sometimes I reverse those too, but you can do it however you want. Then after that, I do a quick 10-minute exercise if I can. So something simple like a sun salutation, taking the dog for a walk, just doing some stretching, maybe plank for a couple of minutes. Something that's going to get your blood moving. It's really, really helpful to do this every morning. Then I tend to create some sort of green juice or smoothie. So sometimes it's celery juice, but cucumber juice is really, really great for adrenal fatigue. So I would recommend cucumber juice. And if you don't like it plain, fine, put it in a smoothie, but cucumber is really good. And then I eat frequently. So every 2 hours, if not sooner. And there's a really good blog post by Medical Medium. He has a list of adrenal snacks that I can link here on the video when I'm done. That would be really helpful. Like I said, I'm snacking throughout the day, and that helps me, keep my energy levels up. I commute 45 minutes to and from the office 3 to 4 days a week, depending on the week. And it's that drive time where I get real tired. A lot of it has to do with how warm my space is. So that's actually my next tip. You don't want your space to be too warm. If your space is too warm, you tend to get tired. You don't want to be freezing. I'm always cold, and I hate being cold, so that's why I tend to make my places too warm. But if you're too warm, you get sleepy. So avoid that. And then if you're at the office and you start feeling exhausted, get up and change your environment. It'll really help. Get up, go take a walk. It can just be 5 minutes. Get outside in the sun if there is sun. If there isn't, then, if it's raining outside, stay in the building and just walk up and down the halls a couple times. Just that change in your environment will really help. And then just 2 more real quick ones. Don't eat really heavy food midday. So you want to eat lighter foods for lunch. If you eat something really, really heavy that's just going to sit in your stomach like a rock, you're going to get tired. So eat the lighter foods, the lighter fruits and vegetables for lunch. You can eat protein, but don't eat something super heavy. Save the protein for the evening when you're going to be going to bed soon and it's good and you want to be tired. And then just like in the morning, how I said get up before 6 a.m. because it's in the Vata time, you want to go to bed before 10 p.m. because that's during the Kapha time, the slow, the lazy time, the time that is where your body is actually preparing to do all that healing that it does while we sleep. So that's it. Those are my tips. I hope that some of those help you. And if not, at the very least, you already know all that stuff. And they're just a really great reminder of what you need to do to help keep your energy up throughout the day. So I will, like I said, put that link in the video as soon as I'm done here on the medical medium adrenal snacks. And happy Friday. Bye.